All right, what's going on, everybody? So today we're going to talk about gun setup. In case you got a gun the first time or you're just now getting into this, we're going to talk about gun cleaning. That way you have one video that shows you everything and you don't have to worry about it ever again. All right, so when I first get a gun, the first thing I do is I'll pull the trigger in, tighten my fluid until it stops. So it stops right there, or you can feel this move. You'll feel the trigger move a little bit. After that, I'll turn about half a turn and then I'll lock it down. Then after that, so you have your regulator here. Now you don't set this without pulling the trigger. So you pull the trigger and then you set it to whatever pressure you want. And make sure that your air adjustment is all the way open on the gun. So some are here, some are down at the bottom of the gun. But you want to make sure that's all the way open whenever you set this up. All right, so after that, take our fan, we'll turn it wide open, and then now we'll get some paint and we'll start putting it on here to show you exactly, which patterns and how it works. All right, so most guns have their fan adjustment right here. Some of them have them on the back, kind of different, but they're still fan controls. So you got it down. You can see what's at a circle. It's all the way closed. It's just going to be a straight shot. Now, if you're going to use this, some people will for certain things. You got to spray down in like little crevices or whatever. The pressure increases when you turn that fan all the way down. So when you turn it down like that, it's putting every bit of it out. So if you're going to use that, make sure to turn, so now you can use your air adjustment on the gun and turn it down. And then you can do it a lot better with more control, and it's not going to start running, because if you spray that somewhere, it's going to run, it's going to run bad. All right, so then we'll turn our fan all the way open. Then you want to look at your fan and see exactly how it is. Okay, so it's a little light down at the bottom. So the one thing I like to do is, okay, your gun's wide open, your fan's wide open, I'll turn that back just a little bit. And then you'll start getting a more even wet pattern. So you don't want to run your fan all the way open. You just want to close it back, or you can spray it until you kind of see it move, either one. But you don't want to run it exactly wide open, because it's not as efficient as if you just close it a little bit until you see the fan pattern come down some. So the second thing is how much fluid do you want? So okay, you turn that in, you got it set where you want. Some guns depend on what needle size you want. Let's say you're running a 1.3, 1.5. So if you got a gun that's got a 1.5 on it and it's putting out too much paint on it for you, you can adjust your fluid. So you screw it in, and then you won't have as much. It limits how much fluid comes out. Now there's a fine line between that, because if you go too far, then the paint or whatever material you're spraying is going to dry before it actually hits the car, and it's going to cause dry spray, and it's going to be a problem. So depending on the needle size, you might have to play around with that a little bit. But I always like to run my guns almost wide open, half turn from wide open. All right, so let's say you got something that you want to spray vertically. So you can take your nozzle, loosen it a little bit. You can turn it straight up and down. That way it looks like that. And then see how it goes that way. So if you would want to do this, you could go like that. Now a lot of people don't use that. I really never use it. But it is an option on the gun that you can use. Other than that, those are basically your main setups for your gun. You always want to make sure that your fluid's good. You always want to make sure that your fan, you always want to make sure that your air is all the way open. Always, no matter what. And adjust it here, or if you have a regulator system or a dryer or whatever hooked up by your air compressor, you can set that regulator at whatever pressure you want as well. But you always want to make sure that that is all the way open. And then depending on what gun you got different cups, like this has got an adapter for these. Almost every gun has it or whatever. You don't really want to use the plastic cups. You want to get away from those as much as possible, unless you're just doing like a one-time job or something like that. And then that's basically all there is to setting up your paint gun. I mean, there's really not a whole lot. So like, let me turn your air pressure down. So let's say you're not running enough air pressure. I'll show you what happens. So if you're not running enough air pressure, you see how the droplets are real big? Let me spray another. You can see how they're real big. So that is what right there will give you orange peel. And you definitely, the goal of this is to not have orange peel. So if you're getting big droplets on your car and you're like, I'm getting a lot of orange peel, turn your air up. That's one thing, turn your air up. Now if you're using a bigger needle than 1.5, then you might have to dial back your fluid some so it's not putting out as much fluid. But usually your air pressure, you always want your air pressure right. All right, so we'll make a couple more spray patterns here. see how that is wet? Good wet spot in it, that's a good pattern. And then you come over to this last one, I don't know if it'll focus or not, but you can see the droplets are really, really small over here to the left. That is how you want it to be. You want small droplets, that way they bond together. Like, so sodas, I mean, they're good for putting out a lot of material. So your Iwatas usually atomize the paint very well. Second thing is, you want to make sure that every single one of these holes on here are clean. Otherwise, you're going to have a pattern that's cut off here, or it's probably more wet here than it is here. It's drier or something like that. You definitely don't want that. You want everything to spray, be clean the first time you do it. That's basically all there is to setting up your paint gun. There's really not a whole lot to it. All right, guys, so we'll go up here and start cleaning, show you how to clean it. All right, guys, let's get into cleaning the paint gun. Let's show you how that works. All right, so you take off your nozzle, which most of them just unscrew. And then you have your inner needle. So you take 12 millimeter, almost 12 millimeter fits every single one of them. I haven't found many that are different. So you unscrew that. We'll get this out of here. That just comes out. Then you have your needle sticking in there. Sometimes different guns have different things inside of them. Like this one has a little plastic collar that goes on the inside right there that you got to replace every once in a while. So then after that, take out your needle screw and be really, really careful taking these out, kind of like I just dropped that. So some of these will have a little plastic end on them or something that holds the needle or positions it so it doesn't move. So be careful, because if that flies out, you'll probably never be able to find another one, or it'll take you a while to get it from the actual dealer. Then you pull your needle out. All right, so the one thing I like to use is one of these. These are like a nozzle bottle, spray cleaning bottle. They got a little nozzle. I'll put a link in the description, like for Amazon or something like that, where I get them. We'll just use this box right here. So I always take this, and then if you still have your needle and stuff in it, I'll open the trigger, and then I'll just spray it in, go like that, let it build up in there, so that way it's kind of full, and then I'll take my brush. These are just little brushes you can get. Some of them are like gun cleaning brushes, something like that, Hobby Lobby or places like that. And then I'll clean there, stick it in, clean like that, and then I'll come back and then I'll clean it some more. And then I'll spray in there. Now you can get a different type of brush. You could get like a regular bristle brush, like a toothbrush, you know, and dig in here and clean out those stuff. But as long as you keep it clean, there shouldn't be too much buildup in there. It's mainly down in here. So then after we get that clean, we'll come over to our needle. All right, so I'll take this, I'll spray some on there, just like I did in the gun. And then I'll take a microfiber rag and then start cleaning the needle on it. You want to make sure these are clean, and do not drop this. If anything, do not drop it, because it will bend it, and it'll bend it quick. So then after we get that clean, then we'll come over to our nozzle. Let me get a brush. All right, so you can pick up little packs of like these brushes right here from like Menards. Some of them's got brass or plastic or nylon or whatever. So then we'll take and spray this in here just like that. And then clean the inside of there. You want to get down in it really well, clean all the junk out, because it doesn't take much to clog up one of these guns. Or the particles will come off while you're painting, and usually it's something white. Whenever you're painting something white, something will come out, or you know, something like that, and that's the last thing you want to have is a big speck of a different color in your paint job. That really kind of sucks. Ask me how I know, because I have done it. So then we'll get that cleaned up. And then we'll move on to this. So this is basically the same thing. Now, solder, let's see if I can get it out of here. Oh, yeah, so there's this little like seal that sodas have. They started, I don't know, I think it was the last 5,000 series or something. But it goes in here, so you got to replace these. So I'm going to replace it while I got this taken apart. But I'll take and do the same thing with that. Get in there, clean that out. And make sure that all your holes are clean, everything else, there's no buildup on nothing. And then take you an air compressor and then just blow everything out. Like if you got a blowgun, just start blowing everything out. And then that's pretty much it, put it back together. Now, let's say you had, you know, your whole gun together. Just slap that on there. Then I would just go like this and then hold the trigger open and it'll clean that out. Now it doesn't clean it out very well, but I'll do that between, like if I'm going to, I was just painting black and now I'm going to clear coat. I will usually do that before then until it comes out clear, and then I'll hook it up to the air hose, spray out whatever it is, bam, it's clean. then I'll start mixing my clear or something like that. Now, if I'm going from like tri-stage or something like that, I'll take it apart and clean it in between if I don't have separate guns I'm using. But other than that, guys, that's about it. And then, you know, you go the same process as putting it back together. You know, you take your needle. Well, let's get this on first. Oh, hold on. All right, so let's say we're putting it back together. So I got me a new seal that goes in here. So try to pop that in there, which sometimes can be a pain in the butt. Not all guns have it. All right, so we'll put this back in. You don't have to tighten this super tight. Some guns you'll crush the seals on. So right there, that's good. All right, we'll take our needle, slide that through. Now sometimes there's a little brass piece in here that's got a hole that'll spin, so you have to look, make sure it goes in right. Put that in. Make sure you get your spring, put that in. Turn it, and then while you got it done, if you've unscrewed it, hold the trigger, turn, and then right there it stopped. And then I'll turn another half turn, lock it down. And then put your nozzle on. You can make sure that the letters and everything are facing, you know, upward. You know, it doesn't really matter on most guns, but that's it. And then you can also take little brushes like this. So if you have a little brush cleaning kit, sometimes it's real handy for running it through the nozzle cap, like run it through that hole. Now it's hard to find anything that fits these little ones, the little bitty air holes there. So the best thing that I have found that works is torch cleaners, torch head cleaners for like torches. They'll come in a little pack, little thing that folds out, kind of like oh, what are those, feeler gauges. And then you can just run those through the holes, make them clean. If you don't have that, get you a big wire wheel or something, and then cut you a bristle off, get some needle nose, and you can clean it through that way. That's another way. And then after you've got it clean, everything cleaned out, hook it up to your air hose, run some air through it a couple times, and that's it, guys. That's all there is to it. I mean, it is hard to keep them clean sometimes, but one thing you don't want to do is if this is off, do not get liquid up through there. To where the air comes in, don't get liquid through there. Now some guns, you know, it doesn't matter, but SATAs, Iwatas, you know, guns like that, they can get away with it because they're in gun cleaners, but you don't want to do that. So that's basically it, guys. But yeah, just if you got a cheaper gun, let's say you got a budget gun, just try not to get any lacquer thinner or anything up through there because it will ruin the seals on them. These guns are a little more tolerant. They're built a little stronger, so they hold up to a lot more things, but you don't want to do it on a cheaper gun. Just try and do this manually. Other than that, that's about all there is to it, guys. There's really not a lot. Just try to keep them as clean as you can, and before you go to use it, just check everything in here, make sure it's all clean, and then spray with it, you know what I mean? Make it happen. Now, I don't know, I don't even remember where I got these at. I think I got these at like Hobby Lobby or something like that. But yeah, you want to get you a set of these, get you a good brush like this from like a gun clean kit. You can get those about anywhere. Get you some brushes like this. Now, you want to use the nylon ones, you don't want to use the metal ones, because they will dig into the brass or whatever that's inside the caps, and then that will kind of ruin your flow. And then the gauges for cleaning torch heads, and I mean, you have a complete kit to clean your gun. That's about it. Now, you can use a lot of different regulators where, you know, buy them, whatever. Now this one here is a kind of a cheaper one, but they make a little bit of better ones. But other than that, and then this is a filter for like oil and water. You can get these for like $4 or $5. You can buy them Harbor Freight. You always want to have something on the bottom of your gun to filter water or anything out. You don't want that coming through your paint or anything you're doing at the time. But other than that, that's about it, guys. There's really not much more you need to take apart. Now you can get more in depth in taking it apart, but usually you don't need to. It's unless you need to rebuild the gun. That's the only time you should be taking this out or taking the inside out here, stuff like that. Otherwise you shouldn't be doing it. But hey guys, if you got any questions about anything, throw it in the comments and I'll try and help you out. I try to answer everybody, and you know, make sure I can help as much as I can. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Peace.